Do you ever feel like your characters look kind of flat, like something's missing? What if I told you that the missing ingredient might just be color? In this video, we're skipping all the technical stuff and we're just focusing on color. Easy to understand color theory that will turn your flat sketches into characters that feel real and expressive. If the words color theory make you feel like you need to have a degree to understand it, don't worry. This is the fun, uncomplicated version, because it's not just a technical skill meant for professional artists to understand. Color is for everyone. Think of it less as a rule book and more like a box of crayons, something to play with. Even learning just a little bit of how colors work together can make the creative process really fun. So if you've ever felt intimidated by color theory, I want to show you how to use it in a way that helps you enjoy the process instead of overthinking it or feeling overwhelmed. And this is a really great way to get past any color mistakes that you've made in the past and kind of just like get past it and just like not think about it anymore. That just might be me though. So if choosing your color seems a little bit like too much pressure and you feel a little bit lost, here is a cheat that I love to use, color.adobe.com. It's a free tool and I'm not sponsored by Adobe in any way, shape, or form. I just really love using this tool. It's a great assistant and it gives you color combinations that already work. You don't have any chance of overthinking anything. You go to create color themes and just tap on visit. And you have this color wheel that is incredibly intuitive. The great part about using this tool is that it gives you an amazing visual for each color harmony. Color harmonies are just the concepts of color theory, the different ways that colors work together and complement each other. It's slightly more intuitive than the color wheel in Procreate, but using Adobe's color wheel will help you learn to use Procreate's color wheel in the same intuitive way, just doing a little bit of the work yourself, like adjusting the saturation and creating a whole color palette. But for now, let's go ahead and use Adobe's color wheel to bring some characters to life. So here are my characters from the outset. What's happening here is that this girl that's kind of in this kind of mauve-y, purpley color, she's got a monochromatic color scheme, but they are just far too undersaturated. They are very muted and it just doesn't look good. So we're gonna try a couple different color harmonies and use Adobe's tool to come up with our color scheme for each of them. So let's go ahead and do that. So for this character, we're going to maintain that monochromatic color theme. Monochromatic just means using different shades, tints, and tones of one color. It's super beginner friendly and it can look really polished while keeping things simple. Just look to Picasso's blue period for inspiration, using different values and saturations in blue in a masterful way. Let's go ahead and use that color wheel to come up with her color scheme. We're going to switch this to monochromatic, and I'm just going to slide this to a purple. I'm going to maintain that purple color for her because I think it's really pretty. So just kind of finding a purple that I like. So down here you can kind of see the color swatches as well as their values. I like the variations of the purples that I have here. So now that I have my color scheme set, I can do a couple of things. I can download it, I can save it. I'm just gonna do this a really simple way. I've taken a screenshot and I'm just going to insert that into my illustration of my girl and then just use the color picker and Procreate to pick up each color that I wanna use. Just a really simple, easy way to do it. So here I am back at my illustration. So I'm going to insert a photo. Here's the screenshot that I took and I am just going to make it smaller. This is just kind of a trick that I use to just move it to each corner to get rid of the parts that I don't want. It's probably a better way of doing that, but that's the way I do it. So I'm just gonna move this to, I'm just gonna make it small. And so now our color palette is in the corner. And it doesn't matter how small it is because I can just pick up my color that I want and then use it. And even these deep dark purples are gonna be great for her hair color. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill her in and then I'll show you how I use my colors. One thing that I'm also going to do, even though I have my Adobe chosen color scheme, I'm going to choose one of these colors and then this is where you compare Procreate's color harmony tool as well. You can change the saturation of the color that you're using so that you're using the same color in a different saturation and it'll be even more harmonious in this monochromatic color scheme. So I've chosen this purple here and I have it in my color picker. I just went to the color harmony tool. This doesn't really matter here. This is what I'm looking for right here. I can stay within that color and then just change the saturation of it. So here's our girl. She has a really cute monochromatic look. I even stayed within the same color family for the highlights of her hair. When you have something dark, adding a highlight instead of a shadow is a really great way to make it pop. Now she's got a really cool style. She's not overly muted, but not overly saturated either. The colors in this monochromatic color scheme look really pretty together. Now let's work on the color scheme of this boy. He's got a split complementary color palette. A split complementary color palette uses two colors that are opposite to one color. So instead of green and purple, we have this green and yellow and purple as our complementary colors. Those aren't the colors we're gonna use for our boy, but that's the colors that this was landed on to show you this. This has contrast, but it's a little less intense and it's great for balancing. An artist that uses split complementary colors in a beautiful way is Benjamin Birch. He's a visual development artist for studios like DreamWorks, and he makes these really cool mid-century modern travel posters that I absolutely love, and I look to him for a lot of color inspiration. So for our character, we're gonna go ahead and go to that sort of blue that he has in his clothes. But another thing that you can do is you can adjust the value of these colors by pushing them closer to the center, and it kind of mutes them a little bit while you can keep one of your colors highly saturated so that it creates that really great contrast but not feeling overwhelming. So I'm liking this color palette here, so I'm just gonna do the same thing where I take a screenshot. I don't wanna have to deal with downloading anything and dealing with hexadecimal codes, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do my screenshot trick again, and I will meet you back at my character. And starting with this color harmony, we're gonna be doing our best to use the 60-30-10 rule. It's a simple way to keep your colors feeling balanced, and it means 60% of the design will be using a main color, and 30% we will use a secondary color, and 10% will use a fun little accent to make it pop. It's a really great trick for making your character feel cohesive without having to overthink your palette. So we're gonna do our best to maintain that 60-30-10 rule. So now I'm gonna go ahead and color in my character and see if we can add a little bit of life to him. So he seems so much happier now that his colors are more harmonious and not overly saturated. They just go together so much more nicely. And I love the split complementary color scheme. I think gray and orange look really good together. And of course, blue and yellow are gonna look great together. And I think we did a pretty good job aiming for that 60-30-10. If we say that his skin tone, his hair, and his backpack are around that 60%, and then these blues are around that 30, it's probably not an exact percentage on these, but we definitely have that 10% with the gray, and it just adds a nice contrast. Overall, I think he's looking a lot more happy, a lot more alive, and not being overly saturated is gonna be easier on the eyes and happy for everybody. So now let's try a complementary color scheme for this character. Complementary colors are colors that are directly across from each other on the color wheel. When you use them together, they create a really bold contrast and make each other pop. Like for example, if you look at Wes Anderson's movie posters, you'll see complementary color schemes done in a really beautiful way. Even his set designs use this color harmony as well as a split complementary color harmony. So we're gonna try complementary colors for this character. Another example you can look to for complementary colors is just sports teams. The colors for sports teams' jerseys have had so much research behind them. They're put together for a reason. So if you ever want to understand complementary colors, just look to your favorite sports team. So back here at our Adobe color wheel, I will switch to complementary, and we're gonna try a little bit different. We're gonna go for kind of like an orangey turquoise. This is a very common color scheme because it works. So I'm gonna take this main color down a little bit and maybe this more saturated color up. So I kind of have this light orange, this kind of pretty brown here. I think those look really good together. I think that's a really pretty color palette, and let's see what we can do for our next character. So here is our complementary color palette. I think it looks really great. Orangish red hair is Oh, he's gonna look great with this turquoisey blue color. You can have so much fun with a complementary color palette. Now I'm gonna try an analogous color harmony for this character here. It's just this little rainy day alligator. This one's gonna be really fun and easy to do. An analogous color scheme is where the colors sit next to each other on the color wheel. Blue, blue, green, green, blue. They feel really harmonious and calming because they're in the same color family. It's perfect for peaceful or dreamy characters, and it's gonna be kind of ironic for our little alligator we're gonna do. Analogous color harmonies are demonstrated by Claude Monet. His paintings of nature strike a practically perfect balance of these beautifully harmonized, calming colors. So for our color scheme today, we are going to switch over to this green yellow color scheme, and I want to turn down the value of these to make them a little bit more muted. I think it's a little bit prettier. The yellows aren't so bright. The greens are staying kind of bright still too, but it's just not overly saturated, which I want to avoid being overly saturated on this one. I toyed with my color scheme for my alligator a little bit more to get those more muted colors, muted tones of these greens and yellows, and I'm happy with this color scheme right here. So I'm just gonna make it a little bit smaller and give it to our alligator. I love this alligator. He looks so cute. He reminds me of some of the characters from like Marie Sendak books, like Chicken Soup with Rice, or I think he had one that was just called Alligators All Around. That's probably what I'm thinking of, but I love this analogous color scheme. Of course, yellow and green are gonna look so pretty together. It's definitely one you gotta try. You don't need to be a pro or follow every rule. You can just play with color palettes and try what feels fun and let your style shine through. And this is going to bring life and personality into your characters, your landscapes, your still lifes, any sort of illustration that you're making. So now that you have the tools to make a really great color palette, let's learn the step-by-step way to make really cute characters. Go ahead and click on this video and I'm gonna show you my method on how I do that, and I will meet you there.